Well, welcome to Stargeekz. Welcome to the corporate version of Stargeekz on the Star Train to Coruscant. This is Sean.
This is Will.
This is Steve.
This is Ed. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Barely. You're
All right.
quiet.
Something was off in my earphones, but this is Ed, and as always,
We would be honored if you would join us.
there we go.
Okay. Acolyte this week, but we're not starting off with Acolyte. We're going to start off with some news, some collecting news, some stuff for the toy box and my own toy box because I'm probably the only person that buys for Star Wars anyway.
You buy enough for all of us.
Yeah, yeah, I know. I did get a new computer though, which is kind of great because the screen looks different. I don't know how much news there was. I didn't really see a lot of news this week, so Ed, I'm gonna let you take that one away because I have no idea what's out there.
Come closer, I have good news.
So, yes, there was not a whole lot. Actually, most of the news was all talking about the show we're here to talk about, Acolyte. But there were a couple things that jumped out. I don't know if anyone we talked about when they were going to release it, Star Wars Hunters.
I did see this.
I played it a little bit.
Oh, is this a game? Is this like a mobile game?
It is mobile and Nintendo Switch. So
Really?
I have a Switch, but I didn't get a chance to download. It's free to download, but I played it on my phone. I'm not a big mobile gamer, so it's very strange to play on my phone. It's cool, but I might have to try it on the Switch. I don't like games on my phone.
Okay.
Yeah, the older I get, the less I like looking at my phone. I'm like, I'd rather look at my iPad. Maybe that's just an old man thing.
I agree. Yeah, is it fun though? Do you like it? Did you?
No, it wasn't too bad. I mean, it's
Is
a
it like
team.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say what kind of game is it? Is it like a back and forth turn based like group of
No,
you
it's
versus a group of other guys?
it seems like it's a team-based shooter. So I went through the training version of it, and I don't know if it picks a random character that you train as. I ended up as one of the bounty hunters, and then I did my first mission. There were it seemed like other players with me, and it was a 4-on-4 squad, and we just kind of went out, roamed the map, and I didn't do too bad. Normally I suck at those games,
It's a
but
PvP game.
yes.
I'm having fun with Fallout by myself.
No, I see you, and I like the same thing, but I had to give it a shot.
Okay.
It looks
So,
cool. I mean, the art direction looks cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I may try it out on Switch just to see how it turns out. The only other thing that I saw, we have a new high score when it comes to action figures that went for auction. So the rocket firing famous Boba Fett. Now, there were about 100.
Didn't you have one of those, Sean?
I have one, but it's not. It's not that. I have a Kenner version of it that actually has the J square or the J thing in the back, and
Yep.
I have two different versions of it. Now, one is like it was actually an exclusive for the vintage collection, but like it came in like a white box and everything. It's. I'm gonna be honest with you, it's probably closer to what anything else would be. The price is not that high though, which is really weird. So I'm not sure why, but it is what it is. What's up, Rolando?
That being a remake, this is because these were there were about 100 actual prototypes. Most of them are like the one up in the corner that were unpainted. There were only two that were hand painted. This auction was for one of two of the hand painted ones that obviously went for $525,000. Now, I know, and this has always been one of my critiques when you guys would always talk about your collecting, and I always felt that you overused the term grail item. This is a grail item, a one of a kind. In all likelihood, I will never have one of these, but to have one of those prototypes would be amazing.
Well, let's be corrected. I am the one that throws around the looseliness of Grail.
How many Grail items do you have?
Yeah, I mean, damn, do I need to start? I mean, I got a lot to my criteria of what a Grail is.
Yeah, I mean, even I have some Grail tapes, but for other people, that's nothing. But for me, it's like I've been looking for Friday the 13th for a long time.
I had that for you too. I gotta send it to you.
I have it already.
Oh, yes, right. Okay. So it is a Grail.
Yeah. $500,000 for an action figure.
$500,000. I mean, damn. That's all I can say is damn. $500,000. And the crazy part is, I don't know. I mean, a little can chime in on this, but I mean, he's on the train, so it's kind of weird. But I'm not sure.
You know, it'd be awesome as if a little broke out into an action movie like Bullet Train,
that would be
starts fighting kick ass on the train. Brian Tyree Henry. What's happening?
A little. Have you ever seen a collectible like that sell for that much money?
No.
Yeah.
No, nothing. I mean, action figure wise, no.
Yeah.
I mean, there are collectibles like comics and stuff. Of course, they don't go for that much. We saw some of the video games, minting, but this is a unique piece that a lot of those fluctuate a lot. This one doesn't, because there's not many and they don't go up. There is a finite amount of these figures out there.
Right.
So, I mean, this is even at this record break, 10 years from now, it'll double that.
Oh yeah.
And let me ask you a question: is that the actual piece right there?
Yes, the one in the middle is the hand painted one. As far as I'm aware, that actually sold. The one to the right is like the other prototypes that are unpainted. That there are more of them, and I think that's part of the reason why.
Why it just froze.
When anybody thinks about it,
me. Holy cow!
No, that was it. Get. Can you hear us? It
rocket firing Boba Fett.
Yeah, he's just freezing back and forth.
Really?
Yeah, but you all right. I mean, you all right. No, it's no worries. We keep moving. But now I was just curious because you see how it's like all messed up and like dinged up. I'm like, damn, like that's worth that much money? Like, how many pieces I got messed up like that?
But this is one of two. There are only two in the world like this. So that's why it's going for that much.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll find the farmer's market.
I will never speak to you again. I will never ever speak to you again.
I will. You're gonna be rich. Come on, man.
A lot of them were found in Ohio, right? Because that's where Kenner was located.
Right.
So like a lot of the prototype ones were found there. People had because people who were working for Kenner at the time took them home because they weren't selling them. They weren't going to put them to market.
No.
So like I think it wasn't that old show. It wasn't that old, but it was like 10 years ago. It was a Good Toy Hunter. I don't know if you guys ever saw that. I think it was like either AMC or something. Like he found one of the. Yeah, he found one of the prototypes on there. He was like the toy guru guy and stuff. I think he found one of the prototypes from a former Kenner employee.
I think next week on air, I think I'm gonna open mines up just to open it up because it's still in package, but I'm gonna open it up to have it.
Well, why?
I don't know. I just want to do it. Why not?
I like it. I open everything I get.
Yeah.
Nothing's in box.
I just want to light money on fire too.
It's it's not worth that much. I think it's worth maybe $100 at best.
Okay.
For now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, but what's Sean gonna do? Like, fucking turn it in when he's 93 for $140 bucks?
True. Good point.
Exactly. See, and that's it. That's all the news you got.
No, everything else was all Acolyte. There was so much news, but we're gonna talk about the show.
Okay. Well, I want to talk about there's a collectible coming out, and it's by PCS. 1/3 scale Darth Maul. It's on. They only showed a preview of it.
You saw the base.
Yeah, did you see the base?
The base was awesome.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
know.
know.
I didn't see the base. I didn't get a chance to get a picture of the base yet, but
It's like a diorama.
I know. I've seen it. It's really nice. I can't find the base, but I'll find it at some point. But that was it. That's the 1/3 scale Darth Maul.
So
My
how
piece.
big is that at 1/3 scale?
1/3. 1/3 is probably as big as, probably bigger than my D12, like probably as big as this.
30
You're
some
off
odd
camera.
inches.
Can't see what you're doing.
Yeah.
Your arms are off
It's like
camera.
30,
So it's like you're like it's like this.
Like this big, but a little bit bigger. I can't say. I mean, it's so hard. It's huge. It's
So is that going to be like a waist
yeah.
up bust, or is that a full body?
full body, dog. Full body.
Yeah. It's
So-
Wow.
and depending on how he's standing up, I mean, it could go, and depending on how the double bladed
Lightsaber
saber
and everything.
poses, yeah, it's gonna probably be in the 30s.
Yes, it is.
You know,
Yes, Fernando, that is fancy a little. That's the fancy a little version that we have today.
Those on the Galactic Cruiser.
We're being
Look how similar Lil's background and Ed's background are.
Like I said, he's on his way to Coruscant.
I just want to let you know this is 1% a little right here. So let you know that. He's not on no dingy train. He's on a fancy train.
I got my faux Sachi on, and
I see. With a little cup looking all spiffy. I tell you. So
I
I got
Jack in the Box in my work van today. This guy's fucking sipping Cristal with his pinkies up on the fucking fanciest train I've ever seen. Oh, it's funny.
So this week I got a piece that to me is a grail, but I mean everything is a grail to me, so I love it.
Oh no, I know that's the McQuarrie.
Yes, it is.
Version. So to me, you know, I love Ralph McQuarrie.
Anything McQuarrie is gold for you. And like, not for nothing, that Darth Vader mask is way scarier than the one we got. Just gonna say.
I know,
Oh.
but see, there's also an alternate version of this helmet as well. That it's a switch out, which this was the exclusive version, and it comes with this version helmet, which I don't really like it, but
Yeah,
it
that one's cool, but the other one's way better.
yeah, it's way better. But yeah, so I picked this up on the Mercari market, so it was a good pickup. It wasn't a bad pickup. I mean, I'm actually happy to have this one. I've been wanting this one before I wanted even the Boba Fett. It's a little sought after. It's very expensive, but like I got it for a very great price. So I couldn't pass
As
it
you
up.
do.
Yeah, as I do. You know how I do.
Nah,
But the base is really
great.
nice. Yeah, really
Mhm.
great base.
I like how McQuarrie went with the blue for Vader as opposed to the red, you know, like the earlier
Yeah.
version.
Yep.
Like, it's just a different cool thing. It's very, very
Yeah, man.
nice.
Very nice piece, man. Thank you. So that's two McQuarries down. I would have had 3, but I sold my Stormtrooper years ago, like a couple years ago, and now I'm trying to get it back again. So
Ooh, that's a tight fit.
oh no, it's a good fit though. It fits perfect. Like it's good. It's good.
But you
That's
gotta put
good.
it in there. You gotta put it in there careful.
Oh, yes, I do. Yes, I do. So that was
like
a good
an
piece.
8-step process to get that thing back in its place.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
That's
All right.
beautiful, man. Good job.
Thank you, brother.
Well
Thank you. That's all the collectible news this week. Pretty sure we'll have more next week or stuff like that. The Captain Rex sideshow did go on sale, and yes, I did pre-order it. Next, so of course I did. Why not? You know. But that's
If they
about
release
it.
a Captain Rex, you'll be like, I'm gonna fucking no, I'm fine. I think I'm good. So we had this conversation about that exact character.
No, I always said I was gonna get that though, right? Did I not say that?
multiple times.
Yeah. I kind of figured that. All right. So
You said you were good.
yeah, listen, we're here.
Yeah.
We're here to really
Alon's
talk
agreeing
about.
with me.
Yeah. Here to talk about Acolyte. I mean, honestly, I want to see how you guys felt about it. So I don't know how we're gonna start this off, but let me start with Steve, because I want to see how you felt about it. I always love your excitement and maybe how you felt about it. So Steve, what did you think of Acolyte? Just a light, what did you think? Stuff like that. We'll go into spoilers after, but
for me, Acolyte was a lot like life. It was a lot of ups and downs, peaks and valleys, highs and lows, goods and bads, but mostly it was mostly good. There was some stuff, like there's one thing that's egregious for me that I've complained about whenever I see it, when shows do it, movies do it, and this show did it, and Star Wars doesn't have a habit of doing it lately, and they did it, and I'm like, oh, and it really pulls me out when stuff like that happens. But I really like the effects so far, like on the ships and all that stuff are really great. I'm kind of like an open book in this world. It's only 100 years in the past, so it's not that far, but it's far enough that I don't really know anybody. But like, I can't wait for Yoda to come walking through with like long brown hair or something. Like, holy crap, look at that Yoda with a goatee. That'd be sweet. But I mean, so far so good, I think, as far as how I would say. A lot of fight choreography. It's only 2 episodes, there's not really a ton to go on. They're kind of sort of solving a mystery as we're going. So,
right.
But so far, I'm liking what I'm getting. It's pretty good. It's light. It's lighter, right? It's not Andor. Andor is like a serious drama, and this is more action adventure, more swashbuckly style. And I don't know. I like it. So.
Hello, because I know you don't have enough time on the train. If you can hear us, but if not,
maybe frozen.
Look at that look.
I know.
That frozen look.
Disappointed in my take. We'll come back to Lil.
So I think we could say for Lil that it was a slow. He doesn't like long format television. He was bored out of his mind.
That's right. I forgot.
I think that covers how he normally would.
Yeah, that would cover most of it.
He told you all that?
No, he doesn't need to.
He kind of did, but he kind of didn't. But we kind of figured out, like,
I can't wait to get into spoilers because I have a lot to say. But like overall, like, pretty good.
Ed, what'd you think, Ed?
I mean, a whole bunch of things. So one, I'm a Star Wars fan, so we have to start with that I like almost everything Star Wars. The fact that I like being in a time period in Star Wars that I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's going to happen with these characters, unlike what we've seen so many times that we jump around in the timeline. So I usually know the future. So it's like, oh, this character has to disappear somewhere. It's nice to know we don't know that. It feels very Star Wars. The costumes, the creatures. I know some people like new creatures. I do like having sprinkled in ones that we're familiar with because it ties the universe together. That's just me. The music and the sound effects are really good.
Top notch.
Some of the special effects I don't think are that great, but again, it's television, so I don't expect movie quality. I'm excited to see where it goes. I nitpick as far as the dialogue, and so it makes me look for things. So I'm excited to see where it goes. I'm excited that we're only going to get 8 episodes, so it's going to have to be a quick payoff versus a very long format. So I'm enjoying it. I've always reserve judgment until we get all the way through, but I'm enjoying the ride so far.
Hello, since we got you.
I was going to say, so before I drop off again. So I like the fight scenes. I thought the fight scenes were done very well. Disappointed in part of the storyline because, a character I was hoping would have some longevity. Clearly did not. I don't like, and Sean, you predicted it, right? With the twins and this duality piece, and it feels like I've seen these stories play out, and I'm gonna make a prediction. It's gonna be like a Treehouse of Horror episode of The Simpsons. You know, I'll leave it at that.
Guaranteed.
Yeah, it's like what we think is happening. No, it's clearly not going to be that. But again,
I'm curious what you guys are talking about because I'm clueless. I don't watch as a horror either, so.
Oh come on! It's an early episode. I'm sure you've seen this one with
Bart has the twin that's locked in
Bart's,
the attic.
Bart's twin that eats fish heads. You know.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Oh man, that's what we call Ava and Alex. We always say that the one's the evil twin, and you know it's not the
Well,
one.
at the end of that episode, you find out that they locked up the wrong twin in the attic. That Bart was actually the evil one, and they locked up the good one in the attic this whole time.
Oh shit!
So that's why I was equating these two very similar storylines.
Did they just steal from The Simpsons? Did The Simpsons predict this years ago?
Probably.
But no, I thought it was fine. I think people are rushing to judgment on the show already. Like it's just unfolding now. Like I think we got two episodes in. I mean, give it time. I mean, could it not pay off? Sure. But you know, whatever. I think it's gonna be. I think it'll be fine. I think Ed, you said it. Like the kind of like that lived-in environment. It feels real. It feels like I can see it. But yes, it's TV. So you're not going to get the big sprawling kind of scenes that you get in Star Wars movies. But it's fine. I'm okay with it. There are some boring scenes with it. I kind of they shouldn't have released 2 episodes at once. That's my thing. If you're going to release one. Let us keep building it up. Don't do the 2. I just don't like that.
I wonder what the general consensus would be had they dumped it all at once and everyone had the whole story to digest. Would they then say like, oh, you know, I don't understand, or would, you know, you have the whole story there, so you unpack a little bit. I'm not saying that it's the right thing to do. I'm just saying I wonder how different the reaction would be.
Well, exactly. Like, you know, it's like when we're doing reviewing or talking about Fallout versus when we're doing like Stranger Things, you know, like that kind of stuff. So we love Stranger Things because we're absorbing it all at once. Would this play out better that way? Probably, especially if they're doing the whole, you know, evil twin saga here going on. So
Monarch did. I know, but we can't talk about that yet, Fernando. We're on spoilers.
Yeah. My take.
Randy,
I'm gonna drop off.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna drop off. My connection is stable. Love you guys. Talk to you guys later. Bye.
Later, bro.
Ta-ta, Lil.
Talk to
Stay
you next
safe. Watch out for Brad Pitt. Or no, he really got to watch out. Who was the other dude in that? Was it? He's got to watch out for Michael Shannon.
Yeah. So my take on it. I mean, it was fine. It didn't blow me away. There were some really cool things. There were some okay things. I'm gonna keep watching it just because I'm a Star Wars fan anyway. I can't start to shit on it. It's like, oh, this is terrible. No, I actually love the fight scenes. I thought the fight scenes were great. Great choreography. There was nothing I was like, oh, that looks terrible. No, it looked fine to me. Like it had that feel to it. I like all the Jedis, to be honest. I think every single one had a different feel to them and personality.
It feels more like a military-ish unit. Like not so like yes sir, no sir, but like they are all wearing similar colors, like in a similar way. Like that seems to be like more of a higher. It's more organized. It seems.
Yeah. I'm fine with it. I'm not saying it had a true detective feel to it, but it had that feel of this is kind of a detective story, but like not at the same time. We kind of know who did everything, but there's always something behind the scenes that's playing everything. And I think it's a little bit more deeper than what we may think it is. I think it's just like something that's there. And again, I'm in it for the ride, to be honest. I think there's some things that I was like, I don't like that, but I'm okay with it, you know. And there's some moments there where you can tell like the Starfighters are a little dated. Like there's like the one that's like an old Chevy. If you noticed it, like we're not gonna we'll get into spoilers, but Overall, again, I think it was good. It's not a hero yet. Like I'm not at a final on that.
Yeah, I can't give it a rate. Like the
Yeah.
first two, it's not a complete story. Like you
Yeah.
can't. How can you rate it?
Yeah, you can't rate
Exactly.
it. So, but overall, I think it did its job. Unfortunately, you know, people are gonna hate it. It is what it is. I honestly have given up on people who just hate shit. So I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna enjoy it for what it is. It is what it is.
Everyone's entitled to their own. You know?
If we didn't get Star Wars, then you'd be mad. If we got Star Wars, then you'd be mad. Like, God damn, make up your goddamn minds already. Like,
Well, let's be honest. The Star Wars content has been differing wildly in quality. So
yeah.
like
I'm not expecting this to be like Andor. Like, I know I'm not going into that because that story writing was just so much more on a different level. This is more, again.
This feels like Mandalorian style, Book of Boba Fett style, like in that kind of tone. Andor is a different tone. Andor is its own. Andor is, like you said, that's like True Detective. That's like HBO in Star Wars. This is back to the other stuff.
Now, Steve, I'm gonna tell you, to be honest, like, you know, from our point of view, actually from Ed, your point of view, you watch Game of Thrones too.
Oh yeah.
This could have been way fucking like Game of Thrones. They could have really stepped into a Game of Thrones era kind of style with this. They didn't, but this could have been real fucking dope. Like, they could have really gave this an hour-long episode, Game of Thrones style, with the same look to it, but they just didn't give me that. But again, I could be wrong. We could get into that level of stuff, but it don't seem like it at this point.
Well, they're talking about doing a story where we get the start of the Jedi, and in which case that might be a good place to do a Game of Thrones style of storytelling.
Mm-hmm. Right from that, yeah, it'd be amazing, man. So, you know, again, it depends on your showrunner. Like, if your showrunner's got that swag like Game of Thrones, then you good. If not, you come from a whole different level. So it is what it, you know.
That's just not the the tone that they're going for right now. I mean, it would be awesome if they did, but that's a different beast than Star Wars. It's just not. They're telling those stories that way in like the dark, gritty areas of the world, right? Like this is more the flower, even though it's like talking about wiping out planets. It's more colorful and fun.
Yeah. All right, so let's get into spoilers. Let me play the spoiler alert. And if you haven't watched it yet, I mean, you're welcome to, you know, leave because the rest of the show is going to be Acolyte. But all right, Ed, I'll let you take it away, my friend.
You know, before we get into the detail, one of the things I know we're going to get Andor season 2, and before that happens, I'm going to go back and rewatch the first season of Andor. We all agree it's a fantastic show. I'm wondering how it paces to rewatch it versus, you know, I'm looking at it now at its entirety and it's amazing. I don't remember what it was like as we went episode to episode. If this could potentially be the same sort of thing that when we get done, I'll be like, oh, this is fantastic once we see it its entirety. I don't know.
No, because Andor didn't start off really like, I was like, oh, this is amazing. Like, I was still a little like,
That's what I'm thinking. But all right, well,
until you saw Stellan Skarsgård have his scene in that back alley or whatever, I was like, okay, boom. We're on to fucking something right now.
Exactly. So like, there's gonna be moments in this shit where we're gonna be like, oh shit, that was tough. Like, so we'll see what happens. But go ahead.
So they start off and they give us a little understanding of where we are. So it's 100 years of the Empire, a time of peace, the Jedi Order.
I'm glad they did this.
Yes. So it gives you a starting off point. You know that everything is good. And then they're like, but in the dark corners of the galaxy, powerful few are learning to use the Force in secret. And then, of course, we have the one who seeks revenge.
I'm a little upset it wasn't a crawl. I don't understand why everything just isn't a crawl in Star Wars. Everything
usually you get the blue words and a ... and it just says a long time ago in a galaxy.
Yeah,
this is a lot.
So this is kind of in between the two.
So, but I'm glad.
Oh, so the big spoiler is Carrie-Anne Moss doesn't even make it to the fucking title card.
But Sean called it.
Oh yeah.
They only ever showed her in one scene in the trailers.
She may be in another scene too. They're gonna do a flashback, definitely.
Oh, maybe they got it. Well, I'm saying in the trailers they only ever showed her in the one scene, but maybe they just couldn't afford Carrie-Anne Moss for the whole run. I mean, she does come with a price tag that nobody else on the show has.
I don't know. Again, we're gonna get a lot of flashback scenes because we're getting them now. So we're definitely gonna get back to what she did and what happened and all this other kind of shit. I'm a little upset about it getting kind of beat her off early, but I guess.
I mean, it was a smooth move that got her. I knew as soon as she stopped the knife, I was like, "Oh, you fucked up."
Yep. Yeah.
Like, because she still had her lightsaber in the one hand. I'm like, you fucked up. Like, soon.
How you didn't see that coming? But it is what it is.
How about all the folks in the cantina when she's like, "Attack me," and they're all like, "What are you kidding?" Didn't even give her the time. Laughed her out.
Yeah, but she's not really a laughing matter. She
held her own.
Yeah.
Put a lightsaber in that girl's hands. It's going to be a.
She did. She looked good as a Jedi Master. She was a master.
She was beat by a Padawan. It seems like these Jedi still are. They're probably working with some sort of code. Kind of like how duels and battles used to be fought where they would like take turns shooting at each other.
Well,
our turn, we don't do that shit no more.
There is a code because they said it. They said a Jedi will not take out their lightsaber unless they're going to kill somebody, and that's the code that they said. So I'm like, oh, that's interesting because I know, right?
They're changing the rules a little bit. Yeah, but dude is pulling out his yellow lightsaber like constantly.
Yeah, exactly.
And he ain't trying to kill nobody.
I know. It's like
unless it's I don't know. Different rules for different levels.
Maybe. I mean, he was in a cave. He did pull it out.
You can only pull it out if you're going to kill someone, or if you need to get through a wall, or if you need a little flashlight, or if you need to cook your food, or lots of stuff.
Yeah. Or you're gonna kill a robot. Doesn't really matter. Robots or droids, doesn't matter. But I mean that it seems like they're not pulling. They're doing all this ninja blocking shit not to pull out their lightsaber, but at the same time,
and also like I get that Trinity, Carrie-Anne Moss is a Jedi Master here, and this other character, May, is not. Right. But I think her defeating Carrie-Anne Moss is showing us how effective she is, how powerful she is. Like she's being trained by dude. Carrie-Anne Moss is hanging out in this fucking rundown cantina bar. Yeah, letting her fucking, just hanging out. Like she's not out there practicing. This girl's coming straight from the ring. She's already killed some other Jedis, and she's coming over here to kill this one. Like.
Yeah, that was a weird thing too. That she was just sitting in the bar, random around a bunch of.
When May showed up, she said, "Where's your Jedi?" Like almost like everywhere kind of has one. Where's your Jedi? Oh, he's over there. Oh, she's over there.
And maybe they're part of the galaxy. They have different parts of the galaxy. I don't know. I really don't know.
And we figured the Jedi are basically a police force, so maybe they're stationed like, okay, you're going to get stationed to this system. You're going to get stationed on this system. So this may have been her assignment.
Oh, shit. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
It didn't explain that to
And then when she showed up, she said, "Where's your Jedi?" Like, oh, ours is over there.
Yeah.
Now, I put this image in there because, and they allude to it later, but they distinctly show her trying to take her lightsaber.
Right. I guess
she does it again. Now, I've seen on a few other things as I was kind of do some research that people are thinking this might be related to a comic issue where the Emperor gave Vader a mission to go kill a Jedi without a weapon. And once he defeats them without the weapon, he takes their lightsaber, bleeds the crystal to claim it as his own. Will this be the same thing? We don't know, but it's very obvious she's trying to take their lightsaber.
Well, then Carrie-Anne Moss drops it, and then she just walks away. So,
well, I don't know. Is it a matter of that you have to take it from them while in combat? Again,
she did kill her with a weapon. She killed her with the knife.
Right.
Yeah.
So we don't know the rules yet.
Yeah, I don't know the rules. Okay.
So
Next slide.
so here is just again the conversation. Here's where she catches it right in the heart.
Right in the heart too. Like, like it wasn't a lightsaber hit. It was like, maybe she'll survive.
Kobe.
Yeah, she's not surviving that one. Like that was just like a death shot.
I like the droids being a little bit less. Like the droids in this are less cool. Like they don't have all the functionality. Like this one's like a Walkman pocket thing that like it does some cool stuff, but it doesn't move on its own.
Yeah,
he's a multi-tool.
Yeah, the multi-tool with an attitude.
I actually need that. I actually want
Sean,
that.
you know how many people are gonna fucking get that thing? You know how quick Disney's gonna sell that?
I know.
Yeah.
Those little things with a little pouch that goes on your belt. What? Could you imagine?
I couldn't help but, and again, this might get a little too, but I don't know if either of you guys watched Adventure Time. I kept thinking of BMO.
The little Game Boy robot thing?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So,
but he can walk.
He could. With this, though, now she almost wakes up from a dream immediately after her sister kills Indara. So again, it's already starting to show us that there's some sort of connection here between them without there really being a true connection. We don't know yet, but when her friend asks her where she was or the previous night, I like the call out to Nar Shaddaa. Again, this is the Star Wars nerd in me, that it is the smuggler's moon of Nal Hutta. So it's the gangster paradise. I'm like, oh yeah,
deep.
I like the actress here, how she can change which character she is by subtle changes in her facial expression.
Right.
Yes.
Very.
Like the last slide you showed had her looking evil.
Yep.
And then the very next slide is her as.
Yes, she does change up her face. So I didn't even notice that, Steve. I'm glad you pointed that out because I didn't really pay attention to it till now. I'm like, oh wow. I did. The one thing I don't like is when she wakes up out of something, she's like,
oh yeah, the fake heavy breathing is like super annoying because none of these people are really out of breath.
Yeah, I know. Like, why are you out of breath?
I don't think I've ever woken up like that.
No. You be scared as shit, but you ain't waking up like, you like,
yeah. If somebody did that, I'd be like, what the fuck? Fucking shut up. God damn. Yeah, you can breathe. We get it.
Yeah.
God damn.
Good Lord.
Did you have a bad dream?
Yeah. What kind of dream was that? Damn.
This isn't Star Wars. God damn.
Ed, go ahead. What you say?
I forgot that I put that one picture in the top corner. I don't know if they'll give us the significance. Remember, just before Indara gets killed, when she has May, she moves her hair out of the way, and you see that symbol right there in her forehead.
Yeah, on her head.
So
some Harry Potter shit.
We find out that OSHA is a mechanic, which is illegal in the Republic, that she gets to go outside and work on ships to where it's been banned and they're only supposed to use R2 units.
Right.
Which is just funny because I just got done with this huge, long training for work. It was part of the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, which is OSHA training for work. So this whole time, I'm just like, if I have to hear OSHA ever again.
Oh, shit.
That's a cool looking alien chick back there with the bat horn thing going.
Yeah, I like that.
And here's you're talking about their formal Jedi robes.
I like this. I like this. Everybody's kind of poo-pooing on this dude, but I kind of like his straight demeanor. I like how his Jedi.
Oh, yeah.
I have no problem with him.
And we got
he's a young guy that just got Knight. He even says it in his opening thing. He's like, yeah, I earned Knight like 2 years ago or something like that. So he's still fresh.
Yeah.
He's still trying to prove himself.
Yeah.
Bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, ready to take on the galaxy,
Yeah, and there's moments where there's there's moments there's moments that I'm just like, I like how they did that.
We're gonna bring you around, Fernando. You wait.
Yeah.
The
Fernando.
Nemoidians.
Cool.
Is that a real alien thing?
The
The
Separatists?
Nemoid.
No,
Yeah.
no, I mean these guys right here with the bat ears and the.
First
Yes.
time.
Yes, there is one in a video game, I think. I seen it today. I can't remember what it was.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She's in a video game. It's not the same creature, but it looks like the same creature.
It's
But
pretty cool.
yeah, really good makeup. Really good makeup.
The ship in the corner. That's the Jedi Vector. So if anybody either read or, as we do, listen to the High Republic books, that ship is called out multiple times. So,
Sean, there's another ship you need to get.
I don't need those old John. I'm good.
Until it
Here's
has a sweet scene in the season, then you're gonna be like, okay,
I
need
need
it.
that.
this
They-
interaction was funny.
Yeah, they know each other, so that was kind of cool.
She's laid back and relaxed, and he's all like, "No, you're a prisoner."
Yeah, you murder somebody. It was really weird hearing how she was just like, yeah, I left the Jedi. Like I left the Order.
Very
I just did this now, and I'm just like,
yeah.
it just doesn't seem like the way Jedis have always been has not been like a thing that you leave.
Well,
It's like
that's not true though. Ahsoka left the Jedi Order.
I guess it's not common. The way she's talking about it, everyone's talking about it. It's like this common thing.
Yeah.
Oh, like I left,
Well, it'll be interesting to see if they go into any detail, because
Yeah.
in other things they've talked about where when the Padawans reach a point where they have to find their kyber crystals, if they don't pass a certain test, they kind of wash out.
Yep.
So there is a point before you become a true Jedi to where you're like, okay, this is a break point. You make it or not, and if not, see ya.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
this is the
Dude.
scene we saw in one of the previews.
Dude, I'm gonna be honest with you. Saul is like the best character out of all this.
He's so good.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
This thing on the top right hand corner is the worst thing in the whole show. The worst thing. That is a white chick painted up green, and it looks like it. It does not look. It does not look like a green alien. It looks like a white lady painted up green. Her insides, all her eyelids are still pink. Paint's coming off her fucking eyelids on the top. The inside of her mouth is pink. Green aliens wouldn't have that. It's very like, just do it CG. Like, this is bullshit. This is some shit you see. This is some shit you see at a comic book convention. This is not some shit you see on a paid service. I don't like this at all. This pulled me way out. I don't like it. I don't like it. I'll stand on this hill too. I'll die on it. I don't like it.
Was this the moment you were talking about when we
Ahsoka
were?
looks so good. Yes, this is it.
Okay, this is what pulled you out. All right.
Because it doesn't look real. Ahsoka looked real. Her skin, it didn't look like she was painted. You know what I mean? Like there's a way to do it. This looks like that green chick that was in the beginning of 2009 Star Trek. That looks like a white lady painted green. Gamora doesn't look like anybody painted green.
All right.
So she is in the comics. She
Vernestra. Yep.
Yeah, she does have a whip lightsaber. I mean, she has purple hair though. I don't know why they just didn't give her purple hair. I don't know. Maybe that's a thing with her. I don't know.
Like, it looks too much like Gamora now.
Yeah. But I mean, again, I like this scene. We already seen this scene already though, but I thought it was good. I think he just does he's a great character. Like really, really very well written character.
Her vest looks itchy.
I know, right? That twill.
It looks like burlap.
Yeah, burlap. Ugh.
You got potato sack vest. Ugh.
You don't like this character, Steve.
I like all those kids though. Those kids looked cool. Like all the little alien kids. Like I liked all the effects on all that. It's very cool.
I like the characters here. I thought the prison guy was great.
This was all awesome. The weird parasite on the guy's face that paralyzes him. Fernando, Steve is right. Thank you for that. I appreciate you.
Fernando,
I like this weird. I like this. This guy's like straight out of Hellraiser up here in the top right.
Oh yeah.
That's a Cenobite.
He is a Cenobite. Oh, the Star Wars Cenobite.
Yo, but it was cool though. Like he was like an android and shit. Like he was. I thought this scene was great. I thought it was a great scene, but then it was like a scene where I was like, eh.
I thought it was awesome. He shut down the droids, and the whole ship came out of fucking hyperdrive and ran into a fucking asteroid field.
That shit was crazy. That shit fucked me up. I was like, God, dang.
That's where I think the CGI got a little off. The ship.
I guess it could have if I was studying it like that. I was just kind of caught up in the moment, and it didn't really hover too much. So, you know what was really unbelievable? That she just woke up in the middle of that crazy ass crash, breathing heavy, with not a scratch on it.
Again, I'm like, wow.
But I mean, maybe that's the Force. You don't know. Maybe she like. I don't fucking know, man. Harrison Ford me. Tell me that's not how the Force works. I don't know.
I don't know, man. Like her strapping down and shit like that.
Yeah,
like,
it didn't seem to do much.
It didn't do anything. It's
like you're crashing from outer
she
space.
lived.
I mean, she lived, but I'm surprised her back didn't hurt because that was a hard piece of shit. She felt like that. It didn't seem right to me, but I was like, all right.
That's the power of seatbelts in the Star Wars universe.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know, man. I sneezed wrong once. Fucked up my back for like 3 days.
Yeah,
like.
But this overall is a great scene, though. I did enjoy it. So that was cool.
The sound effects for the escape pods right out of A New Hope.
Oh, it was great. It was great.
Good. Yeah. Good characters.
It was funny. They all escaped. They all just left, though. And then it just left her there. I was like, oh, okay.
Hey, every man for themselves.
I liked that when she got Pip, she was able to like take his head off and use it as like a torch. And like it's a very effective multi-tool.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the Star Wars Cenobite fucking tripped me out. It was kind of crazy.
So
a lot of this.
Yep.
A lot of dream sequences with the little girls.
Yep.
The sisters.
Told y'all. What'd I say? Twins. I knew it was twins.
Sean, you said it so much that like I went into the show assuming that's what it was. I wasn't like, oh, Sean was right. I was like, yeah, isn't this we all do this, right?
Exactly.
So the one thing we get from this is that little kind of nursery rhyme that they say. You're with
that'd be great.
Look, they look like they're in his fucking basement right there.
Yeah. But
the
little thing to where it's you're with me, I'm with you, always one, but born as two.
Yeah, that was kind of creepy.
So yeah, there's definitely more to it, and it might be the evil twin, the good twin. I don't know. I'm wondering what the payoff's going to be. If there's something even more to it that they're not letting us know, and maybe that's part of the Jedi secret. I don't know.
So wait, what are we thinking? That they're both the same person, and there really was no twin?
No, I think there's definitely twins because we saw. Well, not in this episode, so I'm jumping ahead now. But like, you're asking this question, so we've seen May doing something, and at the very same time, Osha's doing something over here. So like, because we know that those things are happening concurrently. So like, I don't think they're the same person, but I do think that they share a connection that's more than just like we're sisters.
Yeah,
like, there's something bigger there.
Now, this is a crazy, deep theory, but is there something to where they are one person, but there's almost like some sort of personality, and that the Jedi had to do something, and basically the Jedi chose to split them and only take what they thought was the good one and leave the bad one to die? I don't know, but there's
I think there's something like that. I think there's something close to that. I don't know because her whole thing is the Jedi's crime. She's trying to get them to admit their crime.
They did something.
So that, and even what's his name? Who's the Asian guy? What's the main character's name? What's his?
Soul.
Soul.
Yeah.
Even he says we thought we were doing the right thing. We made a mistake. And so like, or no, was it him or was it the dude with the messed up eye that said that?
Yeah, it was Torben. Yeah, it was Torben. It was the one with the messed up eye.
Awesome.
I know I'm jumping ahead though. We're talking about things that happen later. But let's finish up this episode.
There is one other thing that during this sequence, and we saw it in the trailer, so we're going to get more to it later on, but the May little twin does something and her eyes turn black. So there's something more
she says,
to all of this.
I'm going to kill them all. And then her eyes turn black. That is evil. That's scary shit.
That's some real evil shit.
Now, how do you guys feel about Daphne Keene? She's
fucking
pretty good
awesome
over there.
character.
Yeah.
Yes. I really like her character. Like, digging it. Like, I think it's a good character, and the way she plays it.
She's straight laced. She's just like
yeah.
all business. You know what I mean? And she's very by the book. You know, she's just like
very
no
smart.
bullshit.
Very smart, like very like, yo, I'm taking the ship. We out. Like,
I can't wait to see her. Like, let's see. I want to see some fighting. Let's get there. We're gonna have you with the choreography that we've already seen. I can't wait till we get some real solid lightsaber action.
Yeah, she has an Ahsoka feel to her. Yeah, that I kind of dig. I'm like, oh man, if they can play this character well, man, they got something on their hands. But I don't know how well they're gonna play it. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. But did a good job.
Yeah, the good thing is they set this so far in the past that there's a lot of stories to tell between here and A New Hope. So if these characters hit, this is a storyline that can continue in perpetuity.
Yeah, absolutely. So the Jedi arrive, they go and they find her in the cave, rescue her, and then we get the end scene. Now, this is also... Well, and that's one of the mysteries in the show, because now we get the other little talking point to where whoever this character is says the Jedi live in a dream they believe everyone shares. And that's when it gets to the whole thing to where, to kill a Jedi with a weapon, you're going to fail because steel or laser are not a threat to them. An acolyte who kills without a weapon, an acolyte who kills the dream. So, again, is this part of the Sith lore in how they go from acolyte to apprentice? We don't know. So
I don't know either. Yeah, I'm confused about the rules of all that. So I just want to see more Darth Xenomorph. So that's what I'm going to call him until I get another name. But his helmet looks like a Xenomorph face. So we're gonna go with that.
Yeah.
And so ends episode 1.
And I did a little clap for episode 1. Like, hey, look, it takes a lot. It is Star Wars, so you're already getting that built-in fan base. You're putting out a Star Wars IP, but it is a big ask too, because you're asking a built-in fan base to jump onto a whole new cast of characters and a new story and a new setting. And it's a tall order. And I think that you have to walk a lot of fine lines. You can't make it too serious. You can't make it too funny. You can't make it too this, too that, too that, too that. Bravo. I think they did a good job. They played it safe, but they also started a compelling mystery.
Agreed. I agree. After we break it down, it actually does come out a little bit better. After breaking it down, it's like, oh, this is a little bit better than what we kind of.
As I said, just like life, highs and lows. I'm like, this is great, and then I saw that green shake, and I'm like, oh god, it was that deep depression, and then, I got fired and lost the house and all that shit. It's like life, man.
All right.
This was easy. So fucking cool.
Fucking awesome.
That guy's fake beard was so fake, though.
It was so fake. It reminded me of an 80s movie. I was like, oh, this guy's beard is disgusting.
That's a very fake beard.
Well,
facial hair doesn't grow like that.
Well, you're talking about a guy who's been, meditating off the ground for the last 10 years.
Right.
It should be much longer than that. This is like not even a year. Like,
well, this might be one of those cats who just can't grow facial hair. And this is how it looks like. It just looks bad after 10 years.
Yeah.
True.
With his messed up.
Yeah, so he was meditating for 10 years.
Yep.
I guess maybe they kind of sit there in the stasis because, like, can you imagine how long his fingernails should be? You know what I mean? Like,
maybe they're cutting him open. Like maybe they're. They
got like a guy. They got the Jedi trimmers. They come by and clean his shit up, like they do at the hospital. They don't let you get all nasty in the hospital. You're in a coma for 10 years. You don't wake up with fucking 10-foot long fingernails and shit.
They're not getting near him because he's got that protective bubble going.
Oh, so none of this science makes sense. I'm out.
No, but I think they can get in. I think they can get in the proper way because she got in, right?
No, she
No,
only
she had
got
to
in
get
when
him.
she
She got him.
woke him up.
She talked to him
Yeah,
No.
woke him up.
because she tries here and can't.
It was cool
No.
though. It was really
Oh.
cool. I thought that was dope.
It was amazing. No, I'm nitpicking and I'm poking fun at it, but it's a really, really awesome concept that this Jedi is just fucking chilling in this room in stasis, essentially, that he put himself in because he, like, what the fuck did you do, bro? Like,
Yeah.
I'm worried about, like, what did you do, homie? Because, like, you done stuck yourself in a quiet bubble for 10 years, and then the second you get out, you take the easy way out and murk yourself. Like,
Right.
what did you do?
Yes.
Like,
That's
how
why-
dark is this show gonna get?
That's why I'm wondering what happened with those twins on the planet. It has to be some dark shit.
Shit,
Or it's not, and Torben's is gonna be like, "Wow, Torben, you just really wanted an easy out. Like you were just done, man. You had some bad bets, you know. You owed some money and shit.
Some money.
Yeah.
Chaba some money. The huts.
Yeah.
Soul has to call home.
Yes.
And they send him off. I love the interaction, and again with the other Jedi. What's it, Yord?
Yes,
he's just like
Pander.
I love all the Jedi because they're so different.
I get that's what I'm saying too. Yeah,
it's fun. Like he's like, I don't like the fact that she's not in restraints, and he's like, dude, chill out.
Yeah, he's very much like the Matthew McConaughey of this crew, right? He's like very zen, like that one Daphne Keane is like, why are you looking at holotapes of your ex Padawan? Like that's fucking weird. Like that's like gonna bring up emotions and shit. He's like, yo, we need to remember the past. She's like, oh, you're right. He's like, chill out, get off my shit. Like I'll look at what I want to. This is my room. Fuck out of here, kid.
True though. Yeah. That was cool.
May has some sort of accomplice, and this
not
dude's
Ezra Miller.
This guy's different. I mean, there was something later on, and when we get to that, I'll call it out. But I wasn't sure what to make of him at first.
I liked how he was like, take a drink with me, and then he started making the drink and shit. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, okay, that was kind of cool. I thought he was actually going to make a drink because he's like an alcoholic, but it didn't seem like he was that. So I was like, all right, cool, that works. Again,
it's just one of those other like lived-in slice of life characters. So, like, this guy looks like he's been here for a while.
They stole a bar, the whatever happened, and he's just making poison drinks in the bar, like out of just nothing. Like, all right, cool, I guess. You're that good.
Like he took over the pharmacy.
Yeah.
So the other Jedi show up just to see what's going on. And
how do you feel about the yellow and brown as opposed to the white and brown? Like, because I guess it wasn't white. It was more like an off-white, like a cream, or earlier. But like this is very yellow, gold, even. This is like Wolverine in the '80s colors.
Yeah, it seems like their colors change during certain things. Year to year, maybe they just change.
I like it. I think it's good. I think it looks really cool.
Yeah, no, I think it's cool too. I
think there's different colors depending on where you're stationed, because obviously these are all from Coruscant and they all look the same.
Oh.
The guy at the door, he's part of this Jedi group that's assigned to whatever planet this is, and he looks totally different.
Carrie-Anne Moss was in the whites,
so
with the brown robe.
So. I think the ones from Coruscant, the Prime Jedi, have a uniform to stick with. If you're out in the Outer Rim, wear what you want. I don't know. So,
I just think it looks cool. They all look very cool.
Okay.
Here's where Torben takes his easy way out. Now, before he does it, and she's talking to him to wake him up, again, she says, confess your crime to the Jedi Council or receive forgiveness that you seek. Meaning, here, I'll give you the poison. You can. I'll forgive you and give you the easy way out, or you have to fess up to what you've done. So again, he's done some dark stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I want to know. It's intriguing.
Then when he wakes up, he's like, "Yeah, I've been waiting for you. You know,
this whole time.
what we thought what we did was right.
He killed me the whole time.
Oh.
Like it was just like way back here.
He's such an old-looking young guy. Like he looks like that friend. Everybody had like that dude in high school they knew that was like already had hair like that when he was like 17. You're like, fuck, it's rough.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ed.
No,
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
almost,
see, he's got the dark browns.
yeah, totally different. And I can't tell, but it looks like the other one behind him, kind of the goofball who lost track of the guy who took over the apothecary.
Mm-hmm.
He's got something different too.
He's his Samwise. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody has a fat Sam as their partner, so that's
Dude,
a fat Sam.
I hear a lot of people talking about that too. They're like, "Oh, there's a fat Jedi." I'm like, "Come on, man!" Like,
You know, I'm going.
That doesn't mean anything. Big guys can swing lightsabers too. Like, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I'm going Game of Thrones. It's hot pie.
I go with that.
That's who I was thinking of the whole time.
I was thinking of Sam. That's what I was thinking.
So they figure out that he killed himself, which is really throwing everybody off. And OSHA lets him know that, this poison is from my home world. So again, it's starting to kind of tie some things together.
I like that they don't confuse this for very long.
Like, I agree.
Like, here's the other thing too. There's a lot of complaints like the story's not moving. But at the same time, like when this story starts, they don't know that there's twins, or they do know that there's twins, but they think the one is dead. They're not sure. By the end of episode 2, everybody knows that there are 2 different girls doing shit. Like, we're at least not, as the audience, we've known that since the middle of episode or the beginning of episode 1. So, like, I'm glad that we're not still there because now they have 6 episodes where we don't have to hang out with that mystery anymore.
Yeah,
we can move on. Like, what it would suck is if they played this out the whole.
Yeah,
that's when the story's not moving anywhere.
Yeah, don't drag it out. This was one of her better funny moments. As it goes to, again, Yord, and he goes through that whole idea of what he thinks should happen. And she's like, or we skip that and just have her go talk to him.
Yeah. But I like that how she did it. She did the whole thing, though. And I was just like, oh, you know what? I like this character. I like the way she
yeah, just cut him right off. And technically, he's her superior.
Yeah. But
yeah. But just cuts him down to size. Like, no, you're an idiot.
She's smarter. Yeah,
she's way smarter. Way smarter.
Yeah. He pulled out some blaster. He was like, we'll go and just blast him. Like, what the fuck? Like, what are you talking about, bro? So.
And the plan works. They get him to confess. And this is where we get the point to where he makes the comment of like, oh, so you killed him without the poison? He will be pleased. So now we know that he's involved in this as well.
Stranger is a he.
Yes. And
that could have been up for interpretation.
I think he is another acolyte.
Him?
Yes.
Could be.
And the reason I think that is when, just before they escape the planet, remember when she kind of goes at him with the knife?
Yeah.
He uses just as good, actually a little better, skills to flip it right on her and puts the knife to her neck. Now, we know she's good because she's killed a Jedi.
Yeah.
He turned around and was like, oh, no, I got this too. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. So, yes.
So this could be a very good act.
Yes.
Yeah, it seems like it is. It seems like he has that.
What if? Oh, that'd be crazy if like he was the stranger. Like,
I mean, he could
had him right there. No, I mean, hopefully not. But
well, I mean, if I'm the Sith, again, I'm not putting all my eggs in one basket. I'm going to get a whole bunch of you badasses, and you're going to fight it amongst yourself and figure out and prove who's the best of the best.
Yeah, Steve, he could be playing this the whole time. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. He could be playing the game like every other Sith before him that plays a treacherous game. I feel like probably that may be it.
Yeah, they're not all physical. Some of them are mental. Some of them are just schemers.
Yeah.
So, and here's the other big fight scene, and again, during this, we see that she tries to take his lightsaber too.
Yeah, she did.
So
It's a good scene though. Really, really good scene.
Oh yeah. And Saul, I mean, we knew that Indara was a Jedi Master, but I think Saul seems like the much better fighter.
Dude, when he crept up behind her real slow, I was like, oh, that was tight. Yeah, it was real tight. So
it was very cool. It was kind of an easy out. Like I was like,
yeah, but it was good though. I enjoyed it. So
it was a well choreographed fight, low stakes. They didn't really, she force pushes the ground, causes a big dust storm.
Yeah,
could have very easily ran through that dust storm and fucking knifed both of those cats. Yeah.
Very bad, very Batman-esque. Everybody's in the chat. What's up, chat?
Oh yeah,
very. I was like, oh, she just pulled a Batman move on. I was like, I like that. That was dope.
Yep. The ninja smoke.
Yeah. And then I mean, we got to a point where May finally sees her and
the sisters
misfires, which
that's it. She's a fucking stormtrooper. I knew it.
Definitely a stormtrooper. I mean,
I saw this funny ass videos like, what if stormtroopers could shoot? The movies were over so fast.
So in the conversation between Osha and Saul, he's telling her, he's like, look, you're angry. And she's like, yeah, I'm angry. She killed my family, which might be another thing that she was told. Right. Oh, no, we're going to tell you that your sister killed your family. It might have actually been the Jedi. So
that's going to get real dark, man, if they did that shit, dude. It's going to get real dark.
There is some deep secret. It's got to be heavy. Yeah. I'm very excited to see what that payoff is going to be. Yeah. This is what I was saying before, to where he turns the table and demonstrates that he's just as good a fighter as she is, which makes me think, since he knows the mystery character. We also got the Jedi piece to where when she was fighting Saul, that he kind of probes her mind and is like, oh, your master's actually, you don't even know who he is.
Yeah.
She's like, get out of my head, Jedi, and is pissed.
Yeah.
Which, the Jedi are very cavalier about messing with people's heads.
Yeah, they don't give a shit.
They are mind wiping. And
Saul did that. I mean, Saul did that to the prisoner. He walked in. He's like, what really happened? I did this. And he's like, all right.
Yeah. Which was kind of cool though. I didn't realize they could do that for like to manipulate the mind to that level. I didn't know they could do that, but I guess, I mean, hey, if you can change some eyes, these aren't the droids you're looking for. I guess you can go a little deeper with
You know what I hated too with that green chick first walked up, her introduction, she went like this and it opened the door.
I know. I'm like, wait a minute, don't the doors open automatically? Why you gotta do all that? It was no
I'm we all do that. Knock it off.
We do that, don't we?
Saul made out the point too to her about not using a weapon, which obviously he doesn't know the rules because he questions it. Like,
wait, it doesn't cut you off, but I'm gonna start doing that from now on. No, Steve, going forward for the rest of my life, I'm just gonna be going automatic doors. Oh shit! All right,
and then here we go.
Yep,
no clothes.
Klanaka.
Another naked Wookiee.
Yep. He'll put on clothes later on, I guess, maybe, because is he living in exile? Maybe, because he had a lot to do with this as well. Remember, there were 4 Jedis that were there whenever happened. It was him, Carrie-Anne Moss's character, Saul, and the
Torben.
So something's up. We'll see what happens. I wasn't a fan of the background. I think it looked very fake.
It kind of does look like a set.
Yeah, it was very set looking. I'm like, okay. I guess
the other thing prior to this is when Saul calls back to the Jedi Temple and Steve's favorite character, Vanestra, her comments of, and it starts to show part of the issue with the Jedi. Is she's like, we don't make decisions that are meaningful without having a discussion. So, and she apparently called a small council meeting. So I'm wondering if this is where we get our introduction to Yoda, if he's part of this
God,
council.
Yes. I can't wait, dude.
So-
So I was so excited about something I don't know if it's going to happen or not.
I know. It has to happen though, right?
I'm ready. I'm like, yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, that
I'm
was.
ready. I'm ready for the Wookiee with the lightsaber too. We ain't seen that yet.
I know.
So
I'm
let's go.
hoping. I'm hoping these episodes get a little like a little bit more in depth and a little bit more action here and there. But I mean, we only got 8 episodes. I'm pretty sure they're gonna save the best for last, like always.
Of course.
I'm digging the story, so like I'm cool with it right now. So we'll see what happens. The real mystery is solved though, because I didn't know Anakin blew up the Death Star. Yeah, so I don't know, man. I mean, I can't wait till next week to see where it progresses. But really, 2 good episodes, man. I enjoyed them. I'm in for the ride. We'll see what happens, but
So far,
Yeah.
so good.
yeah, it's
No.
not- I can't complain.
I think
So, are we gonna get a raise next week, or are we gonna blow out a tire? We'll see what life brings us.
Ed, are you doing the show next week? We got to talk about that off, but
What's
I
up?
will. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'll be around, but we'll see what happens.
all right, we'll see what happens. All right, no worries. All right, well, listen, we said it all. We talked about all. We did what we could do, and till next week, this is Sean,
This is Steve.
And this is Ed.
and may the force be with you.
Always.